Am I the asshole for commenting on my ex's new pet on social media? I was with my ex for 4 years. We broke up just about 3 years ago. I've been with my current partner for 2.5 years and we have a great relationship. Today, my partner noticed my ex's name on my Snapchat log and asked if we still talked. I mentioned that we don't talk regularly, but that I replied to my ex's story when they posted about getting a new cat. The cat was cute. I replied to congratulate them. End of story. Well, it ended up with my current partner being really upset, hurt by the fact that I would even reach out to my ex. They said, when you break up, that's it. No more contact. I always kept the idea that I should be civil and mature about past relationships, especially ones that were serious. I feel weird ignoring someone who just exists in the world, knowing almost everything about me. I was a bit taken aback by the whole thing, and now I feel like shit. Am I the asshole for congratulating my ex on something?
I think by not congratulating your ex on getting a cat, you're not totally ignoring their existence.
Yes. And also, even if you were, that's the reason they're an ex.
Right.
I have so many thoughts on this. The overall vote on this was not the asshole. And while I don't think that this person is an asshole, I think that people make way too many excuses to talk to their exes, and none of them make sense to me.
I agree.
I feel like people have like almost like a pride thing sometimes where they're like, well, we don't hate each other. We ended on good terms.
Yeah.
And like, that's great. I also had 100 friends in high school that I no longer talk to, and they know or knew a lot about me. That's another thing. You broke up 3 years ago. This person no longer knows everything about you.
Yeah.
You dated them for a time and now you're not dating them. You can move on. You can respect someone. You can even follow them. I don't think people should be following their exes, but that's a different story. But anyway, you don't have to talk to them in order to maintain like a civil relationship.
Yeah.
It's literally like a friend from high school that you no longer talk to. It's like, oh, do you consider yourself ignoring every friend that you just peacefully drifted apart from in life? Are you ignoring them? Are you on bad circumstances with them because you don't talk every day or every 6 months or whatever? The answer is no. And I feel like people are so like proud of themselves that they're like, yeah, I ended on good terms with my ex. We wish the best for each other. I text her on her birthday every year. We talk every 4 to 6 months and we just check in and say, how you doing? Yada, yada, yada. Like, blah, blah, blah. What? I can tell you right now, if I was dating someone and they told me I text my ex on their birthday every year because we're on good terms, they wouldn't be my boyfriend anymore. I don't need my boyfriend texting my ex. And here's another thing. I don't need my ex texting me. I feel like that's a bigger thing. It's like, if your ex never spoke to you again, how would you feel?
Right.
If you felt neutral in that situation, you have moved on. That's how you should feel. I had an ex. He will never speak to me again. Do I wish ill for him? Absolutely not. We ended on peaceful terms. We didn't hate each other. We wished each other all the best. If I walked past him in the grocery store, I might be like, hey, what's up? And keep walking. Does that mean we're on bad terms? Does that mean we don't respect each other? No, of course not.
But would you wish him a congratulations on his cat?
No, I wouldn't even follow him on Instagram. But if someone told me through the grapevine, oh, so-and-so got a cat, I'd be like, oh, that's awesome. You know, they like cats. Or last I heard, they wanted a cat. Would I go out of my way to talk to them? No. It's just unnecessary. I just think if my partner was talking to an ex for any reason, I just wouldn't like it.
Other than like a kid?
Other than a kid. Okay, yes, of course, other than if they were co-parenting. But no, if it was just to be like, oh my God, cute shoes, cute cat, congrats on your new car. No. Why are we saying this? Okay, it's irrelevant. Unfriend your exes. Say thank you next. Wish them all the best. If you ever think about them, send a little like nod to the universe and be like, I hope they're doing well. That's all you need.
Yeah.
And I really feel like people that talk to their exes, like something else has to be going on. Mm-hmm. Whether you are over them or not, like I feel like it's like a pride thing. Maybe for this girl, she's like, yeah, I have the ability to talk to my ex and still be on cordial terms. It's like, okay, do you want a prize?
Right.
Do you want us to bang the gavel for you? Like, you don't get anything, okay? Whether you hate your ex or you love them or you're on cordial terms with them. Your life is exactly the same. Doesn't fucking matter if you're friends with your ex or not, or if you talk to your ex or not. And so I'm on the side of the partner.
I agree. I mean, like, speaking from experience, don't talk to my ex. And, like, there are definitely days that he crosses my mind strictly because I miss the dog. And there are days that it takes everything in me to not pick up that phone and be like, can I please come see the dog? Mm-hmm. But do I do it? No, because I'm a normal, sane person.
Right.
And that's the difference, too. Like, that dog was, like, my dog for so many years. Whereas this man's just got a cat. And you were like, let me congratulate him on the cat. Like what?
I also think, not to backtrack on what I'm saying, but I feel like there's a different level of like seriousness in relationships. So maybe if this was like your high school ex who you dated for a few months and then you remained classmates for the following year and now you're 35, like that's different. I wouldn't be like upset if a boyfriend was like, oh yeah, we fake dated in high school, or like we went to prom together and dated for 7 months or whatever.
For sure.
That's different. But like, yeah, it's like you dated that person for years, like very serious feelings, and I'm sure it took a long time to get over, and I just feel that there's no reason to be talking to that person. And also everyone has like main exes. Like you have those exes where you're like, yeah, whatever. They're just like, they literally mean nothing to me. Almost to the point where you're like, if my friend started dating them, I wouldn't even care.
Yeah.
But then there's exes that are like, played a significant role in your life. And you're like, if my friend started talking to them, I would feel like they were stabbing me in the back.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, are you okay to be going after this ex of mine? I feel like that's the ones I'm talking about.
Yes.
Where like, if you would feel betrayed if your friend started dating them. And also, but also I feel like that's hard to say, because I think that sometimes people like set their friends up with their exes to still remain in their life.
Oh my God, that's psycho.
People are so fucked up, and I've just seen it all, I feel like.
Oh my God, I have to say, this is not my main ex. This is a guy I dated for like literally 5 months in college, but it's so funny because he went to high school with one of my now best friends from college, and they did one of those like not so serious high school dating things where like I think everyone in the friend group dated everyone in their friend group. Like it was like one of those not serious things. And then I obviously dated him for like 5 months in college, and it was like still like not a super serious, I guess like you could say it was serious, but like it really wasn't. Like we went to different colleges, we went to each other's like fraternity and sorority formals, and like that was the extent of it. And now it's just like the best when my girlfriend and I can think back and be like, remember when we both dated?
Yeah.
And we'll just like joke about it now. Like we'll be like, oh, isn't it so funny that like Erin's ex is my ex? Or like someone will be like, oh, so-and-so is like engaged, and it'll be like, haha, remember when I dated him? And I'll be like, I remember when I dated him first. And it's just like so funny to think about it now, because obviously neither of us were like this serious thing, but it's just so funny to like talk about like the relationship aspect of it now too, because they'll be like, what was like your relationship where this was like the worst thing ever? And I'll look at her and I'll be like, and she'll be like, yep. It's so funny.
I've never experienced that.
You should try it.
Should I date your ex?
Which one?
The main one.
If you want. Oh, yes. Because then you can bring the doggy around.
Ooh. Yeah, I just think that I don't know.
Are you saying you won't do it?
Do you want me to?
I need you to.
Okay. I'll take one for the team.
Perfect.
Just to close out my thoughts on this story, I've said it before, you know, I don't need to repeat myself. I just feel like we just don't need to talk to our exes. Ever.
Yeah.
You don't need to wish them a happy birthday on their birthday every single year. You don't need to slide into their DMs because something good happened in their life. I feel like if anything, when you're ending on cordial terms, that's when you say it. You say, for my own mental health, I'm not going to talk to you again, but thank you so much for this experience. I have so much respect for you.
Yeah.
And I really wish the best for you in life. And while I'm sad that we are breaking up, I do wish you happiness, and you brought me happiness while we dated. Right. And go off and thrive in your life, and I will never talk to you again, but just know I support you.
Facts.
And it's like, why do you need more than that? What's it for? What's it for?
And for what?
Really deep down decide, why did you text your ex? If the reason you texted your ex that about the dog is so that your ex would think you're nice, that's a bad reason. You got to cut it. Okay. Thank you.
I've tried to hit that gavel like 6 times and Kelly's kept speaking.
I'm just so passionate
about cutting off exes.
Yeah.
I understand.